Hello everyone. Today I'm doing a book review of an interesting book. It's called the Wim Hof Method, and I'd like to talk a bit about that because in the book there are some very practical strategies that can be implemented for a variety of reasons. So, the Wim Hof Method Protocol consists of a cold shower, mindset, and breathing or breath work. So I'm doing a part one of this book for now. So I will talk about the cold and breathing. So the cold is apparently, according to Wim Hof, a good remedy for a variety of things. So a cold shower a day keeps the doctor away is the line in the book. The cold is good because it allows our muscles and our vascular system to awaken, to establish vascular tone and vascular fitness, and making us stronger. So apparently, um, it improves circulation, lowers stress levels, increases peace and energy and all that stuff. Also decreases our heart rate, again making us more peaceful, making us more relaxed, etc. So the way to do it is by doing it gradually, of course. So you can take your warm shower around a minute or so, like for 5 or 10 minutes, like the amount that you take it, and then follow up with a cold shower for around a minute or two. Okay? So you start off of like 30 seconds for the first week. Then you can do a minute for the second week, a minute and a half for the third week, and 2 minutes for the fourth week. So it's like a 4-week challenge, if you will. So again, you start with a hot shower and then turn that knob to cold. So again, the effects of that are quoted in the book. It increases your strength. It makes you stronger because you can endure the cold. It affects the deeper parts of the brain, like the limbic system, and thus allows you to control your mind and emotions and all that stuff. It makes you happier as a follow-up to that, right, by controlling that limbic system and the deeper parts of the brain. It reduces inflammation and chronic pain and other disease, like cardiovascular disease, as well as depression. So that's pretty interesting, right? But simply taking a cold shower in the morning, you can actually get all those benefits. You feel more energized, you feel at peace because it reduces your heart rate, you reduce your stress level, and you also improve your circulation in the body. And you also are happier because you activate that limbic system. Now, I'll talk about the breath work as the next part. So again, there's 3 parts to it. In this video, I'm talking about 2 of the parts, about the breathing and about the cold. So I just talked about the cold now, so I'll talk about the breathing. The breathing is to be done before the cold to get the effects of the cold. Also, preferably on an empty stomach in the morning, right? So before you actually eat or before you have your breakfast. So the breathing consists of a series of breaths followed by a breath hold. So I'll explain all that now, but let me talk about the benefits first. It allows you to better regulate your immune system, endocrine and hormonal systems by controlling inflammation. It's good for chronic disease, things like cancer, depression, arthritis, asthma, bipolar disease, so a lot of conditions. It also helps us to better regulate pain tolerance by releasing opioids and cannabinoids. So that's why you want to do it before the cold, because it allows you to better control the pain or to endure the harsh conditions of the cold, allows you to tolerate the cold better. Also, it allows you to tap into your autonomic nervous system to reduce your inflammation, regulate your mood, emotions, even your body temperature. Again, that's why you want to do it before, because it actually heats you up, so it keeps you warm. So that's why you want to do it before taking a cold shower. You're going to feel the harshness of the cold less if you do the breathing exercise before the cold, and you're gonna be able to better endure the pain. So that's why you want to do the breathing before breakfast, right? And also before the cold shower. By the way, for the cold, you can do an ice bath as well. It gives you an option, but just based on common sense, most people don't have that luxury. So most people will opt for the cold shower because everybody has that available to them. But anyways, breathing again allows you to warm up faster, raise your body temperature, like in your core, tolerate pain better by the release of opioids and cannabinoids. Also allows you to unclutter your minds better. Allows you to unclutter your mind because you're thinking about the breath, right? It's like conscious breathing. We're going to talk about that. It's called belly breathing. So you're breathing from your diaphragm or from your belly to fully expand your lungs, and you're focusing on your breath. So you can really declutter your mind and reduce your ego, as he mentions in the book. Have less negative thoughts about your day, less worrying, really declutter your mind. Another big thing is it allows you to clean up your lymphatic system and cellular debris or residue or waste that are within your cells. So to remove all that toxicity, and that helps reduce inflammation as well. So that's pretty cool. So essentially, by allowing us to change our biochemistry, and I'll talk about that, by essentially making our body more alkaline, okay, allows our body to be more alkaline through the breathing. That's really interesting. Together with the removal of biochemical waste, we're able to decrease, prevent, or even treat all of those bad diseases, right? Such as arthritis, Crohn's disease, cancer, asthma, bipolar depression, all of those, by treating inflammation, as inflammation can be the root of many of the diseases. So it treats the underlying cause, essentially. So yeah, that's what the breath work does. Also, by changing your biochemistry and making your body more alkaline, you're able to hold your breath for longer because you decrease the urge to breathe. You don't need oxygen as much because you inhale so much oxygen and remove all the CO2. So you're changing the signals in your breathing centers or breathing reflexes in your brain, telling your body that you don't need to breathe as much. So by taking those kind of deep breaths, which I'll talk about, kind of like hyperventilation, but again, it's deep from the diaphragm, you don't need to breathe as much. So as you'll see, guys, by doing consequent rounds, your urge to breathe will be less and less, and that's why you can do the breath hold for longer and longer in subsequent rounds. So we'll talk about the technique in just a short moment. So breath work again changes your biochemistry by making it more alkaline. That helps reduce the inflammation and reduce the urge to breathe, as well as it changes the adrenal axis, so it allows you to activate your parasympathetic nervous system and decrease stimulation of the sympathetic nervous system, therefore making you more relaxed, more peace, getting that peace consciousness, right, making you more relaxed. And then the last thing, it is interesting, again, you can tap into your autonomic nervous system and specifically the pineal gland. And that's kind of like the seat of the soul. So by doing that, you can actually be in a state of spiritual bliss, right? You can really activate that inner nature and really tap into your inner being by doing the breathing, because the breathing is like the life force and allows you to reclaim your soul, right? So that's pretty cool. It connects it to your soul. So that's the last thing. Also, when you breathe, it's very similar to when you actually have dreams in your REM sleep, in the sense that you produce one chemical, DMT. And DMT is what gives you that natural high and what makes you feel like fucking awesome. So that's why it's amazing. It feels good as well when you're doing it. So many benefits. Do it before the cold showers because it helps you better tolerate pain and it heats you up. And then it has some other benefits, as I mentioned. It reduces inflammation to warn off all of those inflammatory diseases, which I mentioned. It relaxes you by parasympathetic activation, and It removes all that cellular waste, toxicity, etc. It improves your immune system, and also, I guess, you can tap into your spirituality, according to Wim Hof, by doing this through the chemical DMT and through pineal activation. So a lot, right? But you can see the benefits are definitely in this type of breathing. So how does it work? So the breathing takes 20 minutes, and it involves 30 to 40 deep breaths through the diaphragm. So it involves belly breathing. So you want to make sure that you're breathing from the belly. So you want to make sure that the only thing that goes up is your belly, not your chest. You can put two hands, but you only want your belly to move. So it's essentially 30 to 40 deep breaths. And then you breathe in, let it go. When you exhale in these 30 to 40 times, you don't want to force that exhale. You want to smoothly let go, okay? So it's deep breaths through the diaphragm and letting go, not forcing it, for 30 to 40 times. When you did that, you want to fully inhale again and hold that breath until you feel the urge to breathe. Now there are a lot of, on YouTube you can find a guided meditations, because it's like a meditation, right? It really relaxes you, as I mentioned, through parasympathetic activation or parasympathetic stimulation. So it really relaxes you. But you can do this guided meditation, because, as I mentioned, it's like a meditation. And you can start off of round 1, do 30 seconds of breath hold, round 2 a minute, and round 3 a minute and a half, and maybe round 4 2 minutes. So you can increase that breath hold as you go through. But essentially the rule is until you feel the urge to breathe. But for beginners, you can do the guided meditation sessions for beginner on YouTube. So again, 30 to 40 deep breaths, and then fully in and hold until you feel the urge to breathe. Or you can just follow a guided meditation session for beginners, and then when you're more advanced, you can watch the more advanced versions. After you hold the breath for the appropriate amount of time until you feel the urge to breathe, you want to take a deep breath in again and hold for 10 to 15 seconds before letting go. Okay? Once you do that, you can start round 2. So you want to do 3 to 4 rounds of Wim Hof breathing. 3 to 4 rounds. So again, 30 to 40 deep breaths from the belly, from the diaphragm, to fully expand that lungs, right? To fully expand the lungs. So you want to do 30 to 40 belly breaths. And then at the last one, you want to fully breathe fully in and hold until you feel the urge to breathe. You can simply follow the guided meditation on YouTube, breathing meditation, guided breathing on YouTube for beginners. And then when you feel the urge to breathe, or when the clock in that meditation comes to a stop, sorry, I'm losing my words, you can breathe in again fully and hold for 10 to 15 seconds, exhale, and then start the next round. And you want to do 3 to 4 rounds, maybe at most 5 rounds, but I would say 3 to 4 rounds to get the benefits. At 4 rounds, you can pretty much, according to Wim Hof, get the benefits. Now, if you feel the cold, Wim Hof gives another technique, which I'll mention quickly, to allow you to warm up faster. So one thing I mentioned is to do the breathing before the cold, to warm up faster. If you still feel cold, you can do this exercise. Take 5 to 6 deep breaths, and then you inhale, tense your upper back and chest while holding your breath for no more than 5 seconds, and let go. Okay? And that can help you warm up if you need to. But if you need to, right? So if you feel very, very cold. But essentially doing the breathing meditation, which I mentioned, right? The basic breathing by Wim Hof that I just described, the 30 to 40 deep breaths, etc. Before the cold shower, you're going to be able to tolerate that cold more and more and more, and get all the benefits which I mentioned, such as reduced inflammation, etc. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's pretty cool and it's very practical, right? It's literally these 3 to 4 rounds of breathing, which may take around 20 minutes, followed by a cold shower, which is like a minute or two. and you're taking a cold shower in the morning anyways every day, so you can simply turn that knob with a cold and try it, and you're gonna get all the benefits. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.